Well, hello, my wonderful broskies and broskies of the wonderful Maverick Nation, and welcome to the fifth part of What If the Big Three Saved Christmas. And around this time, seeing as Krampus has gotten, pretty beat up, he would, retreat. But he would only be retreating to get, like, I guess, some sort of satanic version of the Abominable Snowman. Because if you guys, forgot or don't remember really, like, the Abominable Snowman in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer got his he's got his teeth taken out. So it would be like a hell monster version of the Abominable Snowman. And, he would be looking to create one. But it was going to take some time. So basically, like, the lieutenants are already in the, like a, I don't know what you call. They'd already be in there. Like, the lieutenants would already be in there, and everything would just be freaking chaos until it would just be like Luffy would get everybody to, like, calm the hell down with his Conqueror's Hockey, because he did have the ability to, like in Annie's lobby. I believe it was Annie's lobby where he would, like, first showed off Conqueror's Hockey. I think he has Conqueror's Hockey. I'm not sure, but I think he does. Anyways, he shows off some of his Conqueror's Hockey, and it gets like everyone to shut up and basically, like, calm the hell down. Like, the elves are like, okay, these must be the guys. And, lieutenants are just straightening up after being, like, smacked by Luffy's, like, Conqueror's Hockey, like, just now coming off of Gear 4th Conqueror's Hockey. And so, basically, this being the fifth part, they decide to finally get down to business. Finally, like, try to find where Krampus is or where Santa is. Either one would be nice. So, like, either finally kill off Krampus or find Santa so they can find a way to get him to set things right. And, who ends up finding Santa is actually kind of hilarious, kind of just why? Who ends up finding Krampus is freaking Toshiro. And, like, he's, like, with the freaking Momo. Like, Momo went down there. She was like, Toshiro, why are you taking so damn long? And Toshiro's like, well, even with ice wings, he's still very fat. And Momo's like, fine, I'll help you. And so, you know, Momo and Toshiro end up being the ones to free Santa. And, like, Toshiro would be like, Daiguden Hyorinmaru. And Hyorinmaru would just, like, cut off all the chains or restraints or whatever. And, Momo would just be like, come on, hurry up. If Mayuri knows that we're late. And Toshiro's like, I don't give a shit what Mayuri thinks. And Santa's is just like, oh, I know what Krampus is actually after. And Toshiro's like, well, what is it? I mean, it'd be nice to know. It's just like, Santa is like, what he's after is the Claus no me. Because, Santa Claus, Krampus Claus, kind of the same, so the Claus no me. Or actually, I actually know. Like how, every time you see someone on Christmas, you're like, Merry Christmas! So, actually, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a retcon. He's after the Merry Mary no me. The Merry Mary, as in, every time you see someone on Christmas, you're supposed to say Merry Christmas. So, yeah, for people that celebrate Christmas, if you're celebrating Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or I don't know. Basically, for people that do celebrate Christmas instead of other versions of it, we say people say Merry Christmas. So I decided that it would be nice if he had a devil fruit called the Merry Mary no Me. And let's just say that the reason why that Krampus is getting his ass kicked is because like Santa and Krampus, just in the continuity of this, they were basically like uh like basically they're basically the Shinigami they were once the Shinigami equivalent of what Stark and Neliel once were. Stark and Neliel were once one being, but then they were separated, and then Los Lobo happens, and then they pop back in again. And Santa is basically telling them all, the Merry Mary no Me stores the sacred latent power of our transformation. You see, it's in half. And Luffy's like, yeah, that is weird, unless one of you ate half of it. And Santa's like, well, how do you think I have all these magical capabilities? I mean, you do know the size of chimneys, and you do know my size. So basically, he explains all of this whimsical shit that he can do, all this whimsical magical shit, is because he ate, half. They agreed, Krampus and Santa agreed that they were going to eat, both eat one half of the fruit. Like, one of them gets one half, the other one gets the other half. And so Santa ate one half of the Merry Mary no Me, and basically all of this crazy shit started happening. And he, was bestowed all these powers. And basically, whenever he started to realize, he could also, sense, he could kind of, pull a Sage of Six Path Naruto mode thing, and be able to sense, not really emotions, but, intentions. Naruto, it was, emotions, but I guess, he can sense, intentions. Santa would be able to do that. Because, naughty, nice, good intentions, bad intentions, naughty, nice. And so, he basically was able to tell, Krampus had a lot of bad intentions, like the power that the Merry Mary no Me he believed it would give him. And Santa was able to sense that, and he's like, on second thought, I don't think you should have this. And he used his Merry Mary no Me powers to basically send Krampus all the way to the South Pole, banish him to the South Pole. And that's why Krampus is pissed, because he was denied the other half that they had both promised each other. One of the brothers would get one half, and the other brother would get the other half of the devil fruit. And so, yeah, in this, Santa cannot swim because the Mary Mary no Me, hello no Me, as in fruit. So like Mary Mary, like both like double times, I guess. Like the Gumu Gumu, the Gum Gum, and like no Me, Gumu Gumu no Me, Gum Gum fruit. And so yeah, that's devil fruit. So if it's Mary Mary no Me, that Mary Mary, as in Merry Christmas. Yeah, the Mary Mary no Me is a devil fruit. Or at least now it's half of one, because Santa ate one half, and Krampus, he did not want Krampus to have the other, because he could, like, using the Mary Mary no Me, he's able to sense, like naughty or nice. Like, he calls these, like, naughty mode and nice mode. If he's able to sense that you have more of a naughty mode in you than a nice mode in you, yeah, he was definitely able to sense that with Krampus. He had a lot more naughty mode than he had nice mode. And so that's why Krampus decided to use his Mary Mary no Me powers to banish Krampus to the South Pole. How exactly did Krampus get out? Well, Conqueror's Hockey. He used Conqueror's Hockey on the entirety of the South Pole in order to, like dumb down the power that was used to keep him there. He basically, on the entire thing, the entirety of the South Pole, he used Conqueror's Hockey on. And so that's why he's kind of like not as strong. Like he doesn't have the half that he was promised of the Mary Mary no Me. Plus, he had to use Conqueror's Hockey on the entirety of the South freaking Pole in order to get out. So basically, yeah, Santa also explains that previous to like the whole thing, they were like a part of like a pirate thing. They were a part of a crew, and Santa explains that it was kind of a thing where it was like a pirate and a vice pirate. Santa, like, I mean, what I meant was captain and vice captain shit. Anyways, there was like a captain, but there was also a position of vice captain added because Krampus was his brother. Yes, Santa was a captain of his own pirate ship whenever he was sailing, just like everybody else, you know. But this was even before, like, the whole thing with Goldie Roger, and even before the whole thing with Brooke. This was even before his backstory, so this was a long time ago. That's how old freaking Santa Claus is. And Krampus. Like, Krampus was the vice captain, and Santa was the captain. And he even remembers that their ship was actually called the Sea Claws. Because, like, clawing at the sea in order to, like, move, like kind of like a claw at the sea. I don't really, I was just thinking, and I thought it sounded cool. And, back in their day, they were like relative to the freaking higher level warlords, like several Doflamingo level, like several Doflamingos in power was like Krampus's thing, and in terms of power, Santa was like several Big Moms in like terms of power, because I think Big Mom is both a warlord and a Yonko. So yeah, technically, Santa was indeed the stronger. That's why he was able to get a handle of the powers and even trap Krampus for so damn long. But Krampus, using that Conqueror's Hockey that he had, and yeah, Santa also knew about the Conqueror's Hockey himself because, they're brothers, and Santa also has the ability to use Conqueror's Hockey. But the kind of Conqueror's Hockey he uses is a Conqueror's Hockey imbued with the Mary Mary no Me. which is kind of what Luffy does with his whole gears. Like Gear Fourth is like hockey, like infused, like his Gumu Gumu no powers infused with hockey. He's kind of pulling a Luffy there because he's infusing his infusing his Mary Mary no Mi powers with Conqueror's hockey. Like I'm pretty sure Luffy's is not Conqueror's hockey, it's actually armament hockey. So Santa, that is the difference. You know, a difference in Devil Fruit and difference in what exactly he's powering it with. Santa is powering his with Conqueror's hockey, and the Devil Fruit is the Mary Mary no Mi. As to where Luffy is powering it with armament hockey, and his Devil Fruit is the Gumu Gumu no Mi. And we also get a little tidbit, both of their Devil Fruits, like Santa's is an awakened Devil Fruit, and Krampus's, the way he explains it is it's like half awakened. Like half of the power of like a normal awakening would give. It's like half awoken, like half awake, half asleep. So that's another reason why he had such a hard time. I mean, like, Jesus, that's a lot of setbacks. Like, his Devil Fruit isn't even, like, fully awakened. Because he doesn't really have one. Like, he has a simulated one. It's sort of like a simulation of one. He calls it the Krampus no Mi. Yeah, he pronounces it that way. Krampus no Mi. Like a freaking Russian woman. Like a freaking Russian woman. And basically, so the Krampus no Mi isn't actually a devil fruit. It's like a simulation of a devil fruit. Kind of like a phantom devil fruit. Like it's dead before it was even born. So it can't really awaken. So Krampus kind of has to deal with that. It can only like simulate an awakening. So yeah, Krampus is in a way on the back foot now that Santa is out and aware, because before he wasn't aware, but now he is aware. Like, you guys might be thinking, why would he not be aware? I mean, if he has, like, Conqueror's Hockey, like, wouldn't he have the other two types? Like, Armament, like you mentioned before, and that would also mean he would have Observation, so why wouldn't he have been aware? Well, you do have to remember, the man has to deliver presents freaking to every kid in the world. Like, he has to, like, prepare for this shit. He has to deliver the freaking presents to every kid in the world. He has to check that list twice. Not once, twice. And he has to get his reindeer prepared, especially Rudolph, because Rudolph is like his freaking flashlight, like in the front. He's in front because he's basically the flashlight in case anything goes wrong. And so, yeah. Yeah, Santa would have a lot of stress on him, I mean, this time of year. It's like getting really close, so it's like crunch time, constant crunch time on the guy. And when you got constant crunch time on you, I mean, I don't think you would have very good, like, level of observation hockey. Like, even if you did, you wouldn't really be able to use it all that well. Because it would be constant crunch time, like, constantly stressing you out. And that's going to make it really hard to use that power. And so I could imagine that would make it like really hard for Santa to be able to sense Krampus, and by the time he did, like it would be like too late because of all the stress he has to go through. But you know, he's a jolly guy, even if it is stressful. I mean, come on, he loves children. He loves everyone in the world. Naughty or nice, he still loves them. He is Saint Nick after all. He is old Saint Nick. Up on the rooftop of old Saint Nick. Who wouldn't go? Who wouldn't go? I mean, you know what I mean. He ain't calling Saint Nicholas for nothing. And that was actually his pirate name, St. Nicholas. The pirate. St. Nicholas the Snow Pirate. I'm just gonna say. Or like the Snow Captain, because he was the captain. So St. Nicholas the Snow Captain. So yeah. Or just the captain of the snowy sea. I mean, it's the North Pole. There's going to be snow. There's going to be ice everywhere. Wherever there isn't water, there's going to be snow and ice. So, yeah. Basically, Santa is just like, he's kind of in like an All Might position. To where he's like, he has like more power than Krampus does. And he has more control over the power. But like he's constantly in a situation to where he has to limit himself, or else God knows what would freaking happen. Plus, he loves everybody. He's just a really gentle soul. And so he really doesn't like to fight. That's another thing that holds him back. And why Krampus is just so freaking vicious. Because he's the exact opposite. He made himself the exact opposite because of how much he resented Santa for not letting him have the freaking other half of the devil fruit. And so Santa just decides, okay, that's it. I know I shouldn't. I'm gonna go my Santa voice. Okay, that's it, Krampus. Show yourself or I'll make you show yourself. And Krampus would be like, oh, really? You really think you can do that? And he just shows, like, the hell monster abominable snowman. And, Santa's just like, think? No, Krampus. I, ho, 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 no, I can do it. And Krampus would just be like, oh, terrible pun. Maybe the happiest time of the year, but that's still a terrible pun, brother. Like he'd just be like Hulkamania it. Like he would just be like, this may be the happiest time of the year for now, at least, but it's still a terrible pun, brother. And like Santa would be like, oh, don't you go bring Hulk Hogan into this. You already know how I feel about him. And he would just be like, winding it up. And then he just like tell Luffy to grab onto his legs from where he is. Because he likes standing a good distance away from Santa. And he has a wind-up punch ready. And like Luffy's like, okay. And he's like, now pull back. And he's just like, okay. And it's basically like a freaking slingshot. That's basically what Santa's trying to get Luffy to do here. Like he's trying to slingshot him into him. And it's just whoosh, boom. like the freaking hell monster abominable snowman thing is destroyed completely, and now Krampus has to deal with his brother now that he does know and that he is prepared. It's like Yama Bankai level, like Yamamoto's Bankai, like both east, west, freaking south, and north, like all into one. Only it's Christmas version. And so Krampus is just like, there has to be a better way to do this. And Santa is just like, oh, ho, 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 no, you ain't. And he just like grabs onto Krampus and like freaking Triple H spine busters him. Like Triple H Batista spine busters the dude. Like, bam! And he just throws him up in the air. And then he just like headlocks him. Like headlock pile drives him into the freaking ground. Like, shikaboosh! And like, Krampus is just like, damn you, Santa Claus. I may not have enough power now to stay here, but I may remind you, I am still relative to your power. So even in the South Pole, I'll be able to cause hell for everyone. Now that I have all of this knowledge, all of you fighting me has given me true knowledge of your hero capabilities. That's why the elves sent you here, right? Naruto, Ichigo, Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy. All of you and all of your friends have just been helping me gain knowledge on how to ruin Christmas, ruin the good name of good old Saint Nicholas. Your weakness disgusts me, brother. And then he just like teleported back to the South Pole, and like Luffy is like Luffy and Naruto, and like Luffy and Naruto, because Ichigo is still a little bit of a stick in the mud at this point. Plus he's also trying to like rip off the Vaster Lorde transformation. Like Luffy and Naruto, like they're all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like believe in Santa. They have all of that belief. Basically, like good old Saint Nick has to, like they're basically like, it ain't true, right? You can do this, right? We're all good, right? And Saint Nick has to tell them the horrible truth of, no, I believe he's right. He has become a lot more knowledgeable, and that's a lot more powerful. The next time he tries a strike, even though I'll know I'll be prepared, he'll still be more of a problem than he was for me now, just now. And that is where we're going to end off part 5, I believe. Because, cliffhangers. Everybody loves cliffhangers. Sarcasticness. Anyways, that'll be The Dark Shadow Maverick is out on the Anadouses.